Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here again at Solana. My goodness, have I told you lately how much I love updating my Fibonacci retracement levels to a higher level, especially when we're killing it with not only our trade signals but our community members? Oh man, it's so much. This is so great. I love it. And again, congrats to you. Obviously, you've done very well. I'm sure you caught a lot of these longs here. Take a quick look at this. These are just some scalping trades, by the way. But this we took 44% in Solana in 1.5 days. Litecoin, Matic, another Matic 36%. Yeah, we took a stop loss on a Matic short. This is basically again a trading bot. We keep that in mind. XRP, 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 Matic. We basically replaced that one short with a ton of longs. So again, that's the great thing about this trading bot. It picks up. It has hedge mode is enabled, so it'll go in both directions and make sure you can kind of catch whichever opportunity works best for you. Same thing here as well. Take a look at this. Avalanche, 21% in 17 hours. A recent Matic trade, 60%. Solana, 100% in 8 days. Cardano, 64%. Solana, 30. Solana, 154. Oh my gosh, it just keeps on going and going, folks. Thanks again so much for the wonderful feedback. This is excellent news. Let's jump into the backend data, kind of see what's going on here with our favorite coin here so far. All right, so as we talked about yesterday, there's still a large amount of liquidation at that $55 and sorry, $58.50. It's starting to increase as the price goes up because people are starting to take profit, which you should, of course. And generally speaking, that's starting to dissipate a little bit because, again, as positions start to close, liquidation levels start to leave, and folks are much more profitable up here than down below. So this does tell us that there's still a lot of longs at that $60 mark approximately that are holding on, but there's very little shorts getting wrecked anymore. And I like to see this because folks are not trying to short this coin. That's a good sign. You can see there was a concentration somewhere in the 67 to 70 range where people were trying to short, but the shorts are nowhere to be found. You can see hardly anything going on right now. So that's wonderful. That really just allows for the price action to continue to progress higher because there's no resistance, if you will. Okay. So again, awesome stuff there. Fantastic to be able to see this. Let's take a quick look at the daily just to kind of clarify a couple things. This isn't really anything super impressive, or no, sorry, it is impressive what it's doing. This isn't super impactful as far as what we're looking at on the daily, though, just because everything's kind of exaggerated and it's on larger time frames. In other words, what we see on smaller stuff, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, that all translates into the daily eventually. But for right now, we can see everything is swinging upwards. There's no shift in potential momentum to the downside. And why should there be? The last 2 days have been monstrous. Same thing here with the MACD. We've officially converged and we're still converging. The key takeaway for me is the moving averages, which we can see that we're well above all four. The 20-day SMA is still trailing back there at about $60. So it's going to take a while before we start to see any kind of impact there. The only way we can identify movements to the downside potentially is to look at smaller time frames and identify roughly what's going on there. So the first thing I try to look at, of course, is the RSIs. RSI is great. In this case, 75. And you're probably asking yourself, what the heck, what does he mean by it? That's great. Well, in bullish trends, anything over 70 is actually a positive sign. And we want to pay attention to the RSI coming back down below 70. That's a consideration for a sell signal. Again, consideration, not exactly a target. Okay. Same thing with stochastic too. It's starting to diverge because it can only go so high. You can't go further than 99. So it's like it's kind of squeezed in there, kind of stuck. And that is a positive side as well. But again, when that shifts momentum, starts coming back down, there could be a potential shift in direction. That said, money flow index is the most important here. We're at 90. We got tons of money flowing into this coin. You can kind of see here with the volume, the price action is still maintaining itself extremely high, and that is fantastic. So these are all extremely positive contributing factors. So we do not want to see a situation where the price action starts to drop in volume. We might see that this weekend, but it's less likely based on the way the market's moving. But traditionally, weekends have lower volume. However, I don't think that's going to be the case because the last couple of weekends we've seen some pretty strong behavior. In fact, what this was here, right? Where is last weekend? Last weekend was right here. You can kind of see this is Saturday, Sunday, right in this range. And that's actually a decent amount of volume considering the previous. So anyway you look at it, it's a really good sign. We're at a 7 on TD sequential on the 4 hour. Hypothetically, we got another 8 hours before today's trading day closes, and roughly at that exact same time, we'll see a 9 on TD sequential. Okay, so that really could imply that we might see a reversal this evening If it were to reverse, we'll look at some fibs here and see. So again, as you've probably already known if you watch my videos, 0.382, 0.5, 0.618 are the most common retracement levels. So if we take a look at the TD sequential here, we can kind of see, or sorry, not TD sequential, this is Elliott Wave. If this is the highest point, which again, I keep emphasizing this, if this is the highest point, then we'll see these retraced levels. Okay, so we could see 69.50. We could see, I'm going to round up and say $70, and we could see 66.50. Okay, some round numbers there for you. Those are potential areas of retracement. Okay, so let's take a quick look here on the hourly and see. There's no massive overextension. Look how healthy this is. Up, over, up, over, up, over. Just keeps on stepping on up there, nice and easy. Just like a stair stepper. It's really easy to do that if you take your time, right? But if you try to jump up, a flight of stairs, you're probably going to stumble and fall. And that's just kind of how it goes. So in this case, the price action is looking very healthy. We have no overextensions. We're hitting 4s, 5s, and 6s and getting these little resets. This is tried and true, one of the best kind of continuations you could look for. So that's super healthy. There's no reason to probably expect these lower levels because it's doing so well. You can see the same thing with each Mocha Cloud. It never ever has lagging span, never has this chance to be able to intersect with the price action because it keeps going up. So there's literally no sign here that the price is going to reverse itself. Obviously it will, and it has to at some point. The 4-hour time frame being at a 7, I would say by the end of today's trading day, we could see a retracement. But at this point, there's no identification that we're going to see that happen. So again, until it doesn't, we can kind of presume it's going to continue, right? So the trend lines are all good. Everything's looking very positive. 4-hour time frame, moving averages are all looking great. Very last thing I want to wrap this up with here, and this is extremely important because a lot of requirements here nowadays for KYC and VPN, Bitunix has got you covered. Highly recommend this exchange. I've got an instructional video down below if you're curious about how it works. Phenomenal exchange. If you use the link to register, you get some nice bonus rewards there for it. It's an extremely good exchange, and everyone so far has been using it and really, really likes it. So happy to hear that. Thanks again so much to Bitget for providing a good, no KYC, no VPN required exchange for our members. Either way, that's all we got here for today. Comment below, like the video if you could, please. Help us out. Let us know your thoughts. Where are you at in Solana? What's your entry? I'm curious to hear. Have a good rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.